here. Yeah. So today we are going to figure out how you can smartly launch 100,000 pounds of software products in just 4 to 8 weeks, even if you have no idea how to code, how to find profitable ideas and how to launch. So it doesn't matter what your background is right now. You could be, a new founder or an experienced founder, a business owner, a coach, a consultant, an employee, or even a complete beginner or a student. So it's the session here today is for everyone. I'm going to make sure it's very easier for you guys. I will try to break it down, and make it as simple as I can. And I will try to make sure, I don't use too many technical terms here, so everyone can follow along very easily here. So let me, so before we even, begin our session, let's first try to figure out what is a software product, because I had a very big session, last week, maybe 1 week ago or 2 weeks ago. And, at the end of the session, someone was, asking like, what is a software product? So let's make it clear here. What is a software product? What do I mean, by a software product? So any software on any platform, as long as it offers a monthly subscription, it is a software product. It could be a mobile application, it could be a website, it could be a desktop application, or it could be on multiple platforms. It could be on mobile, it could be on website. But as long as people are using your software and they are paying you a monthly subscription, it is a software product. So that's the definition. Now let's look at some of the examples here. Number one, it could be a personalized fitness application where your target users can create personalized meal plans. They can create custom workout routines. They can also join interactive challenges. So it's one example of a software product where you are again selling them a monthly subscription and earning revenue using that model. Second, it could be a parenting app for parents of newborn, where you are helping them track their baby's growth, milestones, monitor their growth, monitor their daily feeding cycles, daily activities, diaper changes, or helping them track their routines, playtime, sleep time, whatever. It could be a care management system, for different businesses, elderly care homes, where you are making sure you're saving the time of staff and making operations easier. So you are helping staff, track all their activities, events, daily tasks. You are making sure they can perform clinical and comprehensive, assessments very easily. They can share them with the family members very easily. And the operations staff can have access to all the analytics, so they can track everything very easily and making sure, the operations are running very smoothly. So these are some of the examples of of a software product. And one thing here I should mention is that software is the #1 business model in the world, right? It is the best business model, and there are a few reasons here. Number one is that you have unlimited stock, right? So the stock here is not going to run out. So you have to just build your software product only once, and you can sell it, unlimited times, to as many people as you can. So it's very easier to scale, a software product as compared to the traditional, products that we have like e-commerce. There are no physical limitations. So no, you don't have to worry about inventory. You don't have to worry about manufacturing. There are no manufacturing costs, no warehousing costs, no shipping costs, and you don't even have to worry about returns, So that's another, great thing. And another thing here is that you make 100% of every sale. So there's no middleman, similar to drop shipping model, who's taking your 50 to 60% of your hard-earned profits, right? Another could be, so this is very important, right? So you can charge them recurring billing. And to be honest, this is the secret to true wealth. As you are scaling, you are charging everyone, monthly, some fixed amount, and that will help you to reach your, financial freedom, hopefully, with this model. So this is this is why, why software is the best business model in the world. Now, here are my goals for this session today. So today, I will try to make sure that I will show you guys the smartest ways that you can follow to find profitable ideas. So that's one thing. Another one here is that I will try to show you 10 times fastest and better ways to build your own software products in the AI era. So how you can leverage AI, how you can, use AI to maybe reduce your costs, and time maybe by 5 times or 10 times. So that is our goal. Another goal here is to make sure I will show you very simple strategy that will help you, get your first 2,000 users. And it's very easier for you guys to follow. And that's it. If I can cover all these 3 steps in our today's session, then I think I've achieved our today's goal. And again, I will try to make sure it's very simple so everyone can, follow along very quickly, and they are not very technical terms. And one more thing here, I have prepared a very special gift, which I'm going to reveal at the very end of this session today. So it will be revealed, in the end. Now, before we again, before we start shortly, one earnings disclaimer here. Of course, you are not going to start making 100,000 pounds by the end of this masterclass. But if you follow the path and the strategy that we are going to cover today, it's going to help you achieve that goal very soon. So just imagine this number, right? So you are getting 50 new users every week, and each of them are paying you like 50 pounds per month. So that means every week you are adding 2,500 pounds of additional source of income every week, right? And if you do the math here, you only need now 2,000 users only, to reach your 100,000 per month of goal. So if you have 2,000 users who are daily using your app, they have subscribed to your monthly plan, you will reach this goal, very easily with that number. Now a little bit about me, so let me introduce myself. So I started my career as a software developer. Initially I worked with startups, so we built one app, DeFi app, and luckily we were able to grow it to 3,000 daily users, around 2,500 to 3,000 daily users. Then, as time passed, I became a web artist consultant. Here we work on real-time communication software for different enterprises. So there was one client, Universal Language Services. It was a very big enterprise in the US, and we were building software for them. There was, other software projects where I work. For example, AY Intellect, which was, acquired by another major enterprise, Pauza. So it's a big, streaming and audio and video solutions platform. As you guys can probably guess, right? So I still wasn't satisfied there because I was selling my time, to earn money and revenue, and I wanted to do something else, So that's why I started my own company, which is Quartzbyte. And yeah, so far it has been, a great ride for me, being the co-founder here. A lot of learnings, so I had to again, upgrade myself, right, to be a co-founder. That means learning marketing and persuasion as well. Now let's start our, session today. So the first untold truth that we will try to uncover is how smartly you can launch software products in the AI GoldRush. And by the way, guys, I'm sure whatever we have covered, you're getting all of this, so it's easier for you guys so far. If there's any confusion again, just send a message there with your question, and I will try to answer. So hopefully you are getting all of this. So before we try to find out, what is a smart way, let's look at case studies. Number one is by Harvard Business School, which showed that 95% of new software products, they fail each year they are launched or introduced, right? Another by for information and software quality, they showed, they researched that over $260 billion of investment in unsuccessful software projects was lost, in just US alone. So US firms were spending like $260 billion on projects that were failing, every year. So it's a big number, right? So most of these people are making some mistakes that's causing them to, fail their software projects or products, after the launch. Let's try to figure out what is that. So there are two big reasons for failure, to be honest. Number one is that these guys are maybe building something that nobody wants, right? So they are not trying, they are not trying to solve a problem, that people may have. Another thing is that they might be solving a problem, but it isn't good enough, right? It's not very painful enough that people will pay you a monthly subscription. So that's another big reason for 95% of these software project failures. If you can now avoid these two reasons, right? We are already ahead 95% of people, and there are more chances that when we launch our software product, it's going to be, a success. So that's thing. And there's a very famous, quote by Tony Robbins, and it is that if you want to be successful, right, you have to find out the people who have achieved similar results, and if you can copy them, you are also going to get those similar results. So there's a smart way, right? So again, you don't have to find any new ideas, any unique ideas where you are not sure, whether you are even solving a painful enough problem. But you have to build a software that is already working. That means it has already thousands of paid users and is generating a lot of revenue for monthly revenue, for someone just like you. If you can follow and copy and model that successful person in the software business, then you are also going to be successful. And again, you are already ahead of 95% of people because you are not building something which is not really validated, right? Where you're not sure it's going to work or not. So there's a smart way, guys. And let's take a look at an example of shoes here. It might be a bit irrelevant, but if you see the shoe business, right? Shoes business. We already know there's a very big enough audience. So we have billions of people who need and want shoes, right? And they want them. So there's need and there's a very big, target market. So it is meeting these two criteria, right? And there are people in the world right now who are selling these chips, and maybe they are earning millions of pounds of revenue, thousands, millions, whatever. Big brands are earning a lot, right? So if you can also find those people, try to figure out their strategies, you can also easily sell shoes. So the same concept you have to apply on the software product business as well. Instead of finding new ideas, unique ideas, and spending a lot of investment there, just try to figure out what is already working, and you can spend money there, and you're already had again 95% of the people. Of course, you don't have to copy 100%. The foundation or the core features, that kind of concepts can be copied, and then you can have your own ideas implemented on top of that existing model. Now, I'm going to talk about 2 smart ways that anyone can follow to find profitable ideas, and it's going to be very easy for you guys. And hopefully, you guys are getting this so far, what we have covered. So number 1 here is to check paid apps on your phone, laptop, or browser, right? So you're already using some of these apps where you are paying them a monthly subscription. Check all of these on either your phone or your laptop. And it is again, a very good way to find software that is already working, because, and there are 2 reasons again, why it's a good approach. Number 1 is that you already have a very good understanding of the product, right? So you know what's working, why you are paying them some, monthly amount every month, right? What is the problem that they are solving for you? So that's a very good thing, because you already have some inside knowledge about that. Another reason here is that you might also have some ideas, how you can make this product better, what's working and what's not working, and how you can make it 1% better. So again, so the first strategy here is just to check all of your devices, your phone, laptop, tablets, and find out what kind of software you're already paying for, you're already using as a customer. And that's one way, to find profitable ideas. But for some of you people, you already have, a lot of expertise in some industry, right? Or you have some different kind of interest or passion, right? And you want to build, a software along that industry or along that interest or passion. So if it's something like that, then there's another way which I'm going to show you quickly, and that will also help you find a profitable app idea. And that is, to find profitable apps from Play Store, right? And even if you don't have an Android phone, you can just go to play.google.com/store. And there, you can find very good profitable app ideas. And I'm going to show you very quickly how you can do that. And you can't do that on App Store or on iPhone, because they don't show some of the metrics that are very important for you to figure out whether it's profitable enough or not. So step 1 here is to either from your phone open Play Store, or if you are on a laptop or maybe computer, right? Go to play.google.com/store. And if you can share this link in the chat as well, I think it would be very helpful for all of the participants who have joined us today. Step 2 is to search apps based on your interests in the top search bar, right? For example, it could be if you are a chef, maybe. So you might be looking into cooking apps, right? You could be, if you are a fitness coach, you might look into workout or fitness applications, right? You could be looking into coaching apps, dual SIM or eSIM apps, property management software. So again, based on your interests or expertise, you can search different things here. But you have to follow this criteria, when you try to download some of the apps. Just make sure you download 2 to 3 apps here, and they at least have 10,000 plus users, right? And that will just allow us to make sure that there is a big enough target audience, right? And the problem is painful enough for a lot of people, not few people. Another thing here is that those apps should be, should have paid subscriptions, right? People are paying them some money each month. So these are the 2 criteria. You have to download 2 to 3 apps at least, and then you have to start using them again as a customer, right? Use them for a few hours or a few days. Again, you will have some more inside knowledge, like what are the core features inside those apps, what are, and also how you can, maybe make it 1% more better. Do that, use that for a few days or few hours maybe, and also read both the positive and negative reviews, and it will again give you some more insights, how to make it again better maybe in some way. So do these. So these are the 3 steps to find out profitable app ideas from the Play Store. Now let me quickly share my another screen, and we will do it, live here to see if we can find some profitable app ideas. So let me share another screen here. Hopefully you guys are again, getting all of this. Just let me know in the chat if you have any question or queries. And can you guys see my other screen? Just let me know in the chat box again. And if you can also do that, that would be helpful. So I have opened play.google.com/store link on my browser right now. Okay, Ellen says, yeah. Okay, so the screen here is visible. So what you have to do here is that again, you have to figure out what your interests or expertise are, and based on that, you can find different profitable apps. For example, me, I like to play football, right? And I would like to improve my football game as well, maybe, right? I like to watch football as well. So let's try to see if we can find some football training apps, here. Let's see, football training apps. If I do that here, it's going to show me, 3 or 4 top apps, right? Which have very good rating. Like Train Effective has 4.3 star rating. Box to Box has 4.8 star rating. Let's try to open the first one here. So this is Train Effective Soccer Academy app, and let's try to. So this is important here. In-app purchases. Just make sure this text here is written. That means they are offering some monthly subscription. So that's very important. Follow this thing here. It's good. It has this here. Another here is that it has 1 million plus downloads, right? So imagine, there are more than 1 million people and they are using this app, and most of them also have a monthly subscription. How much the revenue these guys might be generating here. Let's try to see what are the core features here. So these are the preview screens. Again, make sure a very good designer is preparing them, as it improves conversion. When people try to open your app on the Play Store, they see these preview screens and make a judgment. So they are maybe, I think, giving, let's see. So they are giving, different skill set, like training sessions for different skills, like dribbling, touch and control, finishing. They are also, what else they are doing? So they are giving some lessons on tactics, right? Positional play, and they are also giving some training guides, like how much you train, every week. So these are some of the core features here. Again, you have to download this app again, right? That these preview screens might not be enough. So download it, try to use it for a few days, and it will give you more insight on the core features. So again, so we have searched an app based on our criteria here. We have made sure that it has in-app purchases here. We have made sure it has at least greater than 10,000 plus downloads here. Now one more thing we can do here is that we can also read their reviews, and just click on this arrow here, and if you are on the laptop, and in star rating, first try to read at least 10 to 20 reviews, which are negative. Skim all of them, and if you have a pen and paper, just take some notes of some of the insights that you can find, while reading some of these negative reviews. For example, let's quickly see here what these persons are saying. So it's a recent review on July 13, 2026, and they are saying that it used to be a really good app, but now it's so hard to use, and if you click something, it takes about 30 seconds to load you into there. So one core issue here that we have easily found out is that the app is very slow for some of the users. It used to be fast in the past, right? But now it's very slow for some other people. So that means it's a very important insight, right? If you can make something just like this, which is faster, right? People will try to, so that means you will stand out, right, in some way, and people will prefer your app instead of this one. Let's try to see if we can find something else here as well. Really good app. I got 1 year subscription. That's great, right? People are purchasing 1 year subscription. So again, you can see how much they are paying them. Okay, they got some payment issue here, billing issue. This is absolutely horrible. Okay, so made me spend 45 minutes and 25% of my battery on just logging in. I had to delete 3 apps. So maybe for them, it's taking too much memory or resources, right? And it's draining their battery. So another insight here, very valuable, that you can follow when you try to build your own apps just like this, and you can avoid these mistakes, right? So these negative reviews are, again, very helpful, in trying to figure out how you can improve the app and make it 1% more better. You can also read, what's working, why people are giving them 5-star reviews. So again, it will help you understand the core features. Let's see some of these reviews here. So people are saying best training free and coach guide here. No longer lagging on my phone. Okay, that's great. So with lots of technical, physical, and technical training. Again, you can read all of these reviews, and it will give you some insights on what people already like about this app. So you have to make sure you always include these features that people are already liking, and you don't miss any one of them. That's very important here. Let's go back here. Let's see box-to-box soccer training, how much users they have, right? So they also have in-app purchases. That means they are selling a monthly subscription. And again, they also have 1 million plus downloads. Great. And they are giving, one coach here, no club, no problem, training sessions, how it helps. So again, similar features. Offline mode is there, your equipment, whatever you can choose, that's great as well, for football training. stats, activity, so these kind of features. This is good. So most of these apps, the top 3 or 4 apps, they are competing for the same market, and almost all of them might have same features, almost 95%. Hopefully you guys are getting this again. Let me know if there's any confusion here, any questions, any queries. Let's try to see another app, like workout app, maybe fitness app, workout for a moment. Let's see if we can find something here. So again, we are going for fitness apps, but for women here. So it has a 4.8 star rating here. Let's see what they are offering here. 100 million plus downloads, right? So that's great. So if you can target a niche as well, with fitness, like fitness for women, you might, get more audience, right? You can have specific targeting or ad campaigns just for women. And they also have in-app purchase. Again, very good thing. So this is the #1 app for women. Again, it has pilots, weight loss, different kinds of workout plans, personal training plans, focus areas, on abs, maybe back, right, arms, home workout. So all of these core features you can use again, the hours or days, and it will give you more insights. So let's look at some of the negative reviews here as well. So go here and select 1-star rating. And if the first person here says, I've had this app for years, I decided to get a personal plan. No, not as advertised at all. You don't get a plan. So they had some issue regarding plans. They are not offering any plans. So that means people prefer getting a personal plan in the fitness apps, right? So make sure if you try to launch a fitness app, you also include a personal plan feature maybe. Very disappointed. I always work out at roughly the same time and don't have flexibility to reschedule. Today the app simply didn't work. So it has some bugs. The app might stop working for some people. Just make sure you don't have these kind of features when you try to launch, and that would be great. So workouts were not loading for this person. So again, these are some of the reviews here. Read again 10 to 20, and that will give you more insights on this. If you go for 5-star reviews, so people say here, okay, so that's for beginners. Okay, that's one insight that you might get. You have to make sure your app is beginner friendly. The workouts there are beginner friendly. The workouts are short and super easy to follow, even if you don't have much time. So that's another insight we have. Make sure the workout or plans are for people who are very busy. And again, you have a cool thing that people love personalized plans again based on the goals that they set. So again, these are some of the core features that you can find out here. So this was a very quick on overview, like how you can find profitable software from the Play Store, right? What are the metrics that you have to check? And if you take all of these 3, like in-app purchases greater than 10 plus downloads, check all the reviews, then you have an idea that is profitable, right? You're already ahead 95% of people, so that's a great thing here. Now, we have covered like what was the mistake that most of the people were making, why they were failing, right? 95% of people, they were trying to figure out something new, unique, new idea. They were not validating properly. So the smart way here that we figured out was just to copy successful people, successful apps. And if we can also, create something like them by taking inspiration from them, we are already had 95% of people again. So finding a profitable idea for now, hopefully you guys must be thinking, right? It's not hard, right? It's easy. Anyone can do it. I can do it. I can find a profitable app idea. So we have covered this. Now let's talk about the second untold truth, which is how to make your mark using proven 10x fast AI system. So what I really mean here in very simple language is that you have found a profitable idea, right? Now you want to make sure that you do this, you build an app, which is again, that can stand out from your competitors, but you do this very fast using AI as well. So you are 10 times faster. That means you are saving a lot of, investment on building and launching the app. And you can spend that amount, instead in marketing or advertising. So you have to figure out, how you can use AI now in 2026. So what's the better way? Let's try to cover this, guys, this second untold truth. So first, we have to figure out what was the traditional software development, like how traditional software development looked like in the past before AI. That means only like 2 to 3 years ago, 4 years ago, how people used to develop the app and why it was so difficult for them, and how AI has made building and launching app development very easier now. So that means it's a great opportunity for people who knows about this, right? Because still most of the people still don't know about it, right? So that's very important here. So this is how the traditional extensive development model looked like before AI, where you have a very big team. You have a project manager who is following agile methodologies, right? You have a UI/UX designer who is designing the app wireframes, logos, preview screens, app layouts, in Figma. You have an engineering team, so you might have 2 to 3 senior software engineers, 3 to 4 mid and junior level engineers. So the length of the engineering teams has depended upon the complexity of your app and what were your goals, like how soon you want to launch your app. So after that, you had QA testers. You have your own testing team. That means 1 to 2 QA testers, and their role was just to make sure your app is ready for production. There are no bugs, and it can work smoothly for all the people. So they were creating different edge cases and testing them. Again, I will try to make it very simple, not very hard terms for you. And again, you don't have to understand, everything here, like what is DevOps. But so DevOps is just, these are infrastructure guys, and they try to make sure your app is always running. As you start getting more users, like 500, 1,000, 2,000, your infrastructure supports extra load, right? And it's making sure, the app and servers are almost running. They are not crashing based on the load, and app is fast, right? So these guys always make sure that happens, and they also create different kinds of environments. Like for development team, they provide a separate environment. They create a separate environment for them. So this was a very quick overview of the expensive development model here. And that means you have a very big bloated team, and your monthly, development costs look like around 30 to 80,000 pounds. Again, depending upon the team size and your goals and complexity. And creating great product, which has all the features to stand out from your competitors and beat them, or make something exactly at the same level, just like your competitors. It could take like 6 to 12 months. So again, it's a longer time, right? Very big amount of time here. So these are again, so you have very higher monthly development costs, right? That means there's a very high barrier to entry. Not everybody can do that, right? Not everybody can actually, build and launch their own app. Xavier here says, could this be any app? Yeah, of course. Any kind of app, you can just search on Play Store, based on the matter which I have showed, and that could work, based on your interest or expertise. Just make sure it has greater than 10,000 users, and it offers in-app purchases. So these are the 2 important metrics or success criteria. So we were here. So expensive traditional model, it had higher monthly cost. It had a very high barrier to entry, right? So those guys who had a very big budget or investment, they can, create and launch their software products. Not everyone can do that. And again, the shipping time also was, too much. So it could take like 6 to 12 months. So too much time to ship and actually see results, like whether your app would even work or not, right? That's why like $260 billion were being spent, on these kind of unsuccessful software projects. So this is a traditional model. Now let's try to look out how we can now leverage AI, and we can have a better model where we have easy barrier to entry, right? Everyone can do it. So this is the lean AI first model now, once after the AI era, right? Once AI was introduced here. So that means you don't have a project manager here, you don't have a QA tester, you even don't have a DevOps, at least until you have like 10 to 20,000 users, then you can assign, you can get your one DevOps guy to just make sure everything is working smoothly. So with this lean AI first model, you will have one UI UX designer, right? You still need that so they can create great designs of the app, everything. Then you still need an engineering team, right? But the team size would be now very low. So now you just need 1 to 2 senior software engineers, and that is more than enough, right? So senior to mid-level engineers. And in fact, these guys would be using, again, coding agents. So they might be using 2 to 3 coding agents to write all the syntax of the code. And what really means here is that their 80% of the time, the time of the developers would be spent on code, reviewing the code that is generated by these AI agents, on testing the code, right? Making sure app is working properly and then deploying it. So with this, this lean AI first model, you can see here the team size is still very less, right? We don't have a very bloated team here, but we can still, achieve the same output that could take like 6 to 12 months now. It could be done like in 4 to 8 weeks only, because with AI, your speed is increased a lot, right? So that's again a very good news. So because that means here, you can save 2/3 of your monthly development costs again by just using this kind of model here. It now has a very low barrier to entry as well, and shipping reliable software takes only 1 to 3 months. I would say it would take only like 4 to 8 months, 4 to 8 weeks only, for 90% of the projects. So you only need like 4 to 8 weeks to ship something, which is at the same level of the other apps that you can find from the Play Store. So again, here a very quick recap of what we have covered here. We have figured out like what was a mistake that 95% of people were making, how you can get ahead of them, by finding profitable app ideas. So we figured out two smart ways for finding profitable app ideas. Then we figure out, how you can launch your software, using lean AI first model 10 times faster within 4 to 8 weeks, and you can save 2/3 of your monthly development cost as well, by having a very lean team here. So this is what hopefully we have covered, and I hope you guys are getting this so far. Let me know in the chat here if you have any questions. I will try to answer again here. So this is how it works. Now, I think the very important thing here that we have to cover is, okay, so you have found a profitable idea, right? You have a lean AIFS model where you can save a lot of money, while building and launching your app. So once you have launched your app, you have built it and launched it, how you can now acquire your customers, with some very simple strategy that everyone can follow here. So this is what we will try to figure out now. This is the third untold truth. And it's going to be very exciting, to figure out how to do that here. One disclaimer here. Now, there are tons of strategies, right, that will help you acquire your 2,000 users, first 2,000 users. But I will only try to show one strategy that I know works, that I know better, right? So I can guide you better on that strategy. So we will try to focus only on one strategy today. And to be honest, that is more than enough to acquire your first 2,000 users. And let's try to first figure out how the software boom happened in the last 20 years, and then we will have a strategy that will work in 2026 as well. So earlier, all you need to do was, in the very early days, you need to create a website, attach your domain, and then launch it. And maybe you share it in some forums, or people can find it on Google search maybe, and that's it. You don't need any more effort, right? There was just too much demand for software. Everyone was looking for software that could maybe help them, but there was too much less supply, right? Very few websites in those early stages, so everyone was just going for them, right, crazily, right? So that means create a website in those early stages, deploy it, talk about it in some forum. There were very few forums, in those days, and you will start generating money. You will start printing money. That's it. It's going to scale. You will quickly get like thousands, millions of users in no time, right? Just because of the demand. And that same thing happened with smartphones as well. So when these Android or iPhone devices were launched, all you needed to do as a software developer or as a someone who wants to launch their software product was just to create an app, hire in a great team, launch it on maybe Google Play Store for Android or Apple App Store, and that's it. There was just so much demand that people would find your app in these marketplaces, and they will just start downloading it. You don't need any extra effort on marketing. Content creation wasn't there, to be honest. So there were like simple content there on social media as well. But if you could do that in those early stages, you will get a lot of users, and again you will start printing money. That's it, right? And you will scale your software to thousands of users very easily, very quickly, in days, in weeks. Okay, that's it. So why? Because there was just too much demand for software, very less supply, very less number of apps in those early stages, and it was very easier to grow and scale your app, right? So everyone was trying to do that. After a few years, it works, but then as people figure out like, okay, these guys are earning a lot of money by building software, other people also started following them and doing it. So that means now there was supply was fixed, right? So a lot of people were creating their own apps, their software. So people had a lot of choices. So now just creating your website and uploading, adding a domain, hosting it, deploying it, and even creating an app and uploading it on the Play Store wasn't more than enough, right? It wasn't enough for you to stand out from other people. So you need to have some extra or special strategy. So that means people started running ads on social media. They would run ads, direct all the traffic to their application or software, and that was then more than enough for you to stand out and get all these users, get all these traffics on your software, and you will start printing money. So that means you might be spending like $1, $5, $4 on one person, to acquire them through ads. And in return, by spending only this much amount, you might get a person who is paying you like £20 per month, £10 per month, or even a £50 per month subscription, right? So the math makes sense here, right? You just need to spend a few pounds on advertisement, and in return, you were getting all these users. So here's now what's happening in 2026. It worked few years ago, maybe like 5 years ago, 7 years ago, but now again, it's not enough. Already a lot of people are doing this, so a lot of people are running ads, So you need something else now to stand out in 2026. So now people have too many options again, to pick and choose. You have to stand out from the crowd again, and you can't scale with just simple ads alone, right? So you need some special strategy here to stand out and acquire all these users and drive all the traffic to your own software product. Hopefully you guys are getting this so far. All we have discussed here about the software boom, how it happened, what kind of strategies people use in these stages. Again, let me know, if there's any confusion, I will try to answer, in the chat. So now you need an app growth strategy that can easily help you scale to 2,000 users. It can help you stand out from all the people who are again trying to do the same thing here. And yeah, okay, there was a duplicate slide here. I don't know why it happened. So there are only 2 steps that you have to do now, and that will help you stand out. So the first thing here is that you have to create a webinar masterclass that offers the bold promise. Okay. So you have to run ads now, but you can't really directly, drive your traffic to your app, because if you do that, people will, they will download your app maybe, if you spend like £1 or £5, it might be more than enough for you to get one user. But since there's just too much distraction, right? There is social media, there's short content, there's a lot of other stuff. So your lifetime value would be not more than a few days or weeks for most of the people. So that means in the longer run, you would be losing money, with even running ads. So you need to stand out. So that means now you will create an ad campaign on social media. It could be Meta like Facebook and Instagram. You will run an ad campaign, and you will now redirect all the users to a special masterclass funnel. Okay. And that funnel is again, offering a bold promise. And your goal here in this masterclass is again to whatever your bold promise is, you try to provide as much value as you can, whatever to help you make the life of your target users very easy. So that is your goal. And it will also help you build more authority as well, right? So that's the goal here. So this is how the flow will look like now in 2026. You will run your social media ads. You will drive all the traffic to your masterclass funnel. There they will subscribe to your masterclass or webinar. And as soon as they fill out the form, you're also going to offer them a free trial, and you will say something like, okay, you have subscribed, you have registered for the masterclass. Now, in order to be, get the most of this masterclass, you can also, download this app, and there's maybe 2 weeks or 15 days of free trial that you have to use. So start using the app, get better knowledge before we are officially going to start this masterclass or webinar. So this is the first step that you have to do. And by bold promise, I mean there are like 5 or 6, general categories about human desire, human psychology, with which you can, create a bold promise. It means it could be more money, it could be better health. So you can offer them like be the fittest person, in the world, or like a celebrity or a movie star or a model. You can have that kind of appearance, that kind of health, maybe your body, right? Physique. Better appearance, it could work for women, right? So they also men, right? Both of us want to look good and better. So you can also offer that kind of promise, like you have the best skin in the world, smoothest, all of that sort of stuff. You can talk about business growth, in the masterclass. Again, whatever your core, topic is, it should relate to the app as well. So they have to be connected in some way. But again, in general, it could be around these common desires that most of the people have. It could be save time as well. So save time works for most of the rich people, right? They want to save their time because their time is very important. Like it's earning them a lot of money, right? So if they can save that, it will be more helpful for them. So this is the first step: create a webinar, run your social ads, redirect your traffic to the funnel where they are going to register for your masterclass, and then you are also going to offer them a free trial so they can start using your app for free. Hopefully this is making sense to you guys. Let me know, if you have any questions again. I've tried to make it very simple, as much as I could. So step 2 here is to persuade people to use your app for a longer time. Okay, so you don't want this. So you're getting all this traffic now, right? They are registering. They're also getting a free trial. Now you want to make sure they use your app for at least 30 to 40 hours, maybe in a month, right? If you can do that, in some way, that means they have a very good understanding of your app, all the features. They are very comfortable in using your app. And that is more than enough for them, to stay maybe for longer period using your app. So they might use your app now for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months. So you're again, spending like £3 to £5 or £7 on acquiring a single customer. But if you can persuade them, they will stay for like 6 months, using your app. So the lifetime value of your customer now has been increased greatly. If you can do that somehow. So here's how you have to do this. So step one here again is to write an amazing script of your webinar or masterclass, and again, try to provide as much value as you can honestly, and transform the life of your target audience. Like help them be the fittest person, help them be the best footballer, help them be the best painter, artist, whatever your app does, help them be the best lawyer, help them be the best financial advisor by using your app. So all these categories you can target, right? So you are going to conduct your host your webinar again, you can use some free software like Google Meet and Zoom. And next, once your webinar ends, you are going to invite them for a special challenge, and you can charge them for this challenge, or it could be free as well. So it could be like a course. So you can give them a pre-recorded course with like 10 or 20 videos, again, helping them achieve the same goal, that we talk about in the masterclass, a bold promise. Or it could be a 6 to 8 week challenge as well. So it depends upon you, whatever you want to do. With challenge, it might require more effort. In the later stages, with course, you might have to do one effort, one time, recording all the videos, and that is more than enough. So if you can do that, you are going to persuade again people to use your app for a longer period. So your lifetime value now has greatly increased, and that will help you stand out in 2026 and scale your app easily to 2,000 customers. So that's a very great strategy that if you can create it, so it's a one-time effort, and then you just have to run it as much infinite, as much time, as many times as you can do, right? So again, so this is not a strategy that we have created from thin air, right? So again, we are following the same quote that Tony Robbins said earlier, which is, find out the successful people, figure out what they are doing, and try to copy them. And if they are achieving results, you can also, achieve similar results. So this strategy is already being employed by a lot of people, and they are generating, a lot of revenue. They are driving a lot of traffic, and that is helping them, achieve a lot of success financially. So one example here is Neil Patel, right? He also hosts these kinds of webinars, and then he also has a lot of, courses on his website, core website and application, which is mostly about SEO, like search engine optimization, right? And his core product is Uber Suggest, right? Which is again about SEO, like all how to do SEO properly, how to analyze everything, all the traffic. And he's using the same strategy here. There are other people as well, like Russell Brunson, who did the same for his product, which was ClickFunnels. So again, we are just following them, and if they are doing it, we can also do that. So they are doing this using this strategy, and that is helping them acquire all these users easily. Like with less amount spent on ads, they are achieving a greater revenue in the longer term. So hopefully now with covering all of this, you guys should be thinking, okay, launching profitable software isn't hard for me anymore, right? It is easy. I can easily find profitable app ideas. I can now build it, by hiring a good team, using AI again, using AI coding agents. And if I can follow this strategy, acquiring users isn't very hard for me anymore as well, right? So you should be feeling like this guy here, Mr. Beans, like it isn't a big deal now. So hopefully this was, very simple for you guys. I tried to make it clear, very easy again, and break it down, as simple as I could. But again, we couldn't cover, like we can't do, everything in more detail, right? And some of you guys might already be feeling like this, with a lot of information overload, right? So while, I was preparing this masterclass, I was also thinking, I've shared all these strategies, right? I have shared all these steps that anyone can follow them and get these results. But how can I make this again, more easier for you guys? How can I make this 10 times easier, 10 times faster, so you can follow all these steps very easily, and be on this path, to launch your own software product, in 2026. So that's why I prepared a very special package for you guys. And again, just let me know if I can share it with you guys. So I will do that. So let me know in the chat if you can have access to it. You want to see that. Okay, so Julian says thumbs up. Okay, That's great, Julian. Admin, you can also say that. Admin OS, I'm also like waiting for your message here. So Clara also says 100% yes. Who else is here? Where is our admin? Are you here or you have gone to sleep? Okay, go ahead, be all waiting. So this is called AI's App Success Bundle that I prepared for you guys. And again, Jedediah gives a thumbs up, right? And I will be very honest here, it's not for everyone. It's going to be a bit expensive, but those people who can get this bundle, right, it will make your life very easier. And I will show it very quickly, how it can do that. So again, so the first thing, so we have covered all these steps, right? So that means the first step after finding a profitable idea is to get a team of A+ players. So those developers that can do it very quickly in a very short amount of time, that means like 4 to 8 weeks, right? Because I made a lot of mistakes, when I started my company in the earlier stages. So I hired some bad people, although I thought, I'm a software developer, so I can perform interviews very, easily. Like I can ask them to perform some coding challenges, and then I can hire a great A player. But I made a lot of mistakes, in the past as well. So I hired some guys for a project that could like take 2 months, and they took like 6 months, right? So it was a lot of loss for me, right? I just wasted a lot of money, by just hiring bad B players or C players. So you need some team which can do this very quickly. Again, that means you don't have to pay them for a longer amount of time as well, right? You can quickly build your app that is at the level of your competitors. It offers all the same features, same quality, and it might also be 1% better, like more faster. It might have more feature related to AI or something else. So I think the first thing you guys need is a lean AI first development team. So that means you need 2 software engineers, 1 UI UX designer. And if you can find A players, they will help you, execute your app properly and get you something in just 4 to 8 weeks. And that means they will manage everything like DevOps, testing, project scope, all of these things there. So if you can get this, lean AI plus development team, you will be able to launch your mobile app on Android and iPhone devices with a paid subscription. You will make a website version of the same software. So anyone who wants to, use it from their laptops, right, they can do that. You will be able to add at least, 5+ core features in just 4 to 8 weeks of time, right? With admin dashboard as well, so you can manage everything very smoothly. And you will be able to create your webinar funnels with A and B testing. So you know which one works better, and you can just scale it, that one. So this is what will be covered. And of course, you can connect all of the important tracking and analytics tools. Like if you are running ads on your social media, you will be able to connect your Metapixel account there. You will be able to have access to post hook, session replace, and that is just for understanding the user behavior, right? Whether like where, something is missing in your app, right? Where you need to improve your app so people stay longer and use it. So Posthook is a very great tool for this, for product analytics there. So that means in all you need in one bundle, right? You are getting a lean AI first development team, which has a value of £12,000 per month. So that's the value for lean AI first development team. But that is not important. That is not enough, right? What else do you need here? So you need something else here, right? Just to make sure you can do this very, very easily. So that means you have to now enable this team to build your software 10 times faster. Because if you just hire these A players, they are still going to take like 4 months, 6 months, or 8 months. So you're paying them a lot of money there, which honestly you shouldn't be doing it, but you should be saving all of that for your ad campaigns or for your marketing. So that means you need a AI plus software tooling package, and it has everything you need that your team needs, for a 10x launch system. So for a 10x launch speed. So here, this is what is included in this AI plus software tooling. You are getting 500 pounds of LLM credits, Claude, Google Anti-Gravity, or ChatGPT. You're getting all the infrastructure accounts like Supabase Pro, which is a serverless kind of architecture, very easier for scaling. For when you start getting more users, it is very easier to scale using Supabase. And even most of the famous launch pads like Y Combinator, they also see whether someone is using Supabase or they are using traditional way to launch their app. So this is great. Resend is for sending emails. So this is your email structure. With that, you can send emails on login or sign up. You can send emails when someone registers for your webinars or for reminders or notifications, right? Browser stack is a tool for testing your app properly. ES again is for mobile apps to deploy it properly. Vercel is for hosting your website, and Firebase here is for sending push notifications. Then you also need website domain, right? You need a business email. So that is also covered here. You need your Apple developer account and Google developer account to launch your mobile app if you're doing that. Apple developer account has I think 90 pounds of yearly subscription around, and Google has a bit cheaper, like 30 pounds. But you need them so you can connect your own bank accounts there. That means when you are getting all this monthly revenue from your users, they are being directly deposited into your own bank account. So make sure this is your own account, not of someone else. Not this is not something that is owned by a developer. So this is very important, so that you have a full access to your dev accounts and you have connected your bank account there. So that means now in all you need is one bundle. You are getting Lean AI First Development Team, which has 12,000 pounds per month of value. AI Plus Software Tooling Package, which has 850 pounds per month of value. Total value that this alone offers is like around 12,850 pounds per month. But again, this is not enough, right? Because we need to find out a way to create great offers, right? Because if you can't create a great offer for your app, that offers a great bold promise, you won't be able to get attention of the people, right? And getting attention is the first step whenever you try to launch your ad. So this is what you need. Then you also need to stand out from your competitors. If you can stand out, then you can also sell them at a higher prices. So that means if everyone is selling their ad subscription for like 10 pounds or 20 pounds, you can charge them like 50 pounds, even more, like 500 pounds, 400 pounds, depending upon how much value you are providing them, to truly transform their life. So this is what you need here. And for that, we have offer creation and app ladders strategy masterclass, which is going to help you. So this will basically help you create, irresistible offers for your app that persuade people, that get attention. So you have your lower ad cost, so you can maintain that, and it is very easy for you to scale. It will tell you about the 10 commandments of sales and persuasion. Again, very important. It will tell you how to create value ladders to stand out from competitors and sell high ticket bundles. So that means you can sell your app subscription, which is like 50 to 20 pounds. But apart from that, in the masterclass, you can also offer them something else. And for that, you can charge them like 100 pounds, 500 pounds, 900 pounds. It again depends upon your offer and how you are transforming the life, how much value you are providing. If you can figure that out, then you can also do that. And again, that will really help you scale, right? And achieve your goals really faster if you can sell something for a higher price, So with this, you will be able to create 5 to 10. This is the outcome that you're getting, to be honest. So you're creating 5 to 10 irresistible offers, which then you will start, testing on your ad campaigns and webinars and seeing which one is the better one that you can scale then. You will be able to create 2 to 3 value ladders, again, that will help you to charge extra, provide more value with your ad subscription, help your target audience, achieve more, in a shorter amount of time, and in turn, help you stand out, from all the, you can say, all the chaos, all the other the competition. So that is very important. So that means now, if you can also get this, right, in all you need is one bundle, you are getting Lean AI First Development Team, which has a value of 12,000 pounds. AI Plus Software Tooling Package, which has a value of 850 pounds per month. Offer Creation and App Ladder Strategy Masterclass, which has a value of 1,450 pounds. And it is a fixed value, so it is not a monthly payment. So that means the total value that you will get here is 14,300 pounds per month for the first month. And from the second month, it would be around 12,850 pounds per month. But again, this is not enough still, right? So you have to get offers now. You can stand out from your competitors now, by creating that value ladder. You still need a way to create, to drive all the traffic to your software product, to get all these paid users, and that. So you need to create a system, right, that you can easily scale without, spending 8 hours, 9 hours each day. Once that is ready, that is all you need, to grow your app. So for that, I prepared App Growth Black Box, and I thought, this could really help you, run your social media campaigns, help you structure your masterclass, your webinar, help you structure your, all the funnel, that you need to again stand out in 2026. So that means, again, there are two more modules here, core modules, which will be, again, discussed in much more deeper detail. One is, again, Facebook ads. Again, for the same funnel, how you can launch your Facebook ad campaigns, how you can create your creatives there, how you can write amazing copy that can persuade people, so your cost is very low. And how you can structure your webinars, again, masterclass, how to write the script, how to prepare for it, how to present it, how to deliver it, how to send, schedule it as well, how to send reminders. All of that sort of stuff would be covered in much more detail. So you can, once you're driving all that traffic, you can also sell them, right? You can sell your app. You can have a longer lifetime value. You also selling something which has a higher value, higher ticket offer as well. So this will cover, so you will be able to create your ad creatives here, launch your ad campaigns. You will be able to write killer persuasive ad copy here. You will be able to write, persuasive webinar scripts and content. And in short, everything you need to, set up your app growth funnel, which has only one goal, which is to get your first 2,000 users as easily, as quickly, as simply as you can, step by step. So that means in all you need in one bundle, you're actually getting Lean AI First Development Team, which has £12,000 per month of value, AI Plus software tooling package, £850 per month of value, offer creation and app bundle strategy, which has a fixed value of £1,450, and app growth black box, which has a value of £5,600, a fixed value. So total value here is £19,900 per month for the first month, but for the second month, it is around like £12,850 per month. Now, I know you might, this is a lot of value, right? And you might be thinking, like, is this even worth it, right? So I have to ask you this question, right? And this is how, again, the founders think, those successful people, they think, whenever they try to make a decision, they try to compare it with the opportunity, the risk, and the value that they are getting, right? So if all this, this all-in-one bundle did was finally help you launch a software that generates consistent revenue to finally reach your £100,000 per month of revenue, would this be worth it? Would this package be worth it? All you need in one bundle here. And again, if all this did was help you run, your paid ads that cost less to acquire a single paid user. So that means you can scale it very easily, to like 2,000 users or even 10,000 users. Would this all you need in one bundle would be worth it if you could achieve that in 2026? And again, if all this did was help you achieve your financial independence, where you're not even selling your time, right? If all it did was just that, right? Would it be worth it, to get this bundle? So this is how, again, you can compare the value with the outcome that you will be getting, Again, while I was trying to design this, this bundle, I had also two choices, right? The first one was to go as cheap as possible and to try to sell it to as many people as I can. It would be way easier for me, But then I thought, if I go for that option, I wouldn't be able to provide as much value, that you need, save as much of your time as I can, help you, launch and build and scale your software product, as much as I could, and I couldn't help you, that way. So I chose the second option, which requires a bit more investment. But to be honest, this is something which will make your journey, very easier, right? It will 10x, save your time, make it very easier. So there are no issues, you're just following everything step by step very easily. And again, there is a special discount, which I will quickly share, in a few minutes. And I will also share the reason, why I'm giving that much discount. So there are two reasons, again, why I'm trying to offer a very special discount for you guys here. And again, it hurts a lot, when you try to give that much discount and you're seeing how much revenue you are losing. But again, I think this is needed here, right? This is what I must do right now, because again, there are two reasons here. The first one here is that I can hire A players, your development team and designer from Pakistan. So there, if you can get a team from there, right? So there's nothing to hide here. So if you can get a team from there, only the engineering team cost would be like 50% less or 60% less, right? So you guys can save a lot there as well. But there's another reason as well. Another reason here is that this is my mission for 2026, where I want to help, at least 100 people reach at least, £50 per month of revenue, all by building and launching software products only. So this is the reason, why I am giving a very special discount, which again, is painful enough for me, but I think it's totally worth it if I want to achieve that goal. And one more thing here, guys, which is that what is the most common advice that most of these successful founders, billionaires, or millionaires, they would give to new founders, and that is, that you have to take more chances, right? You have to take some risks, you have to grab the opportunity when it is presented, and that is all you need, to start your journey. And the rewards that you are going to get, from this journey, that makes the journey worthwhile, right? Not everyone does that, but those guys, those people who do that, they also get a lot of rewards, just by doing that. So now, I also, talk about a very special gift earlier in the beginning of this masterclass, and now I think it's time to reveal that as well. So that special gift here is that we are also organizing a very special 6-week app success challenge. And again, so that means, while there is a development team, who is building your app, making sure it is, 100%, ready for success, for launch, to beat your competitors, you're also doing something here, which can help you create your app strategy, create your marketing campaigns, your funnel. So you can, as soon as the app is ready, launch on, App Store, Play Store, or, on the website, on the cloud. You are also ready, along with that to, again, scale it, set up your systems and scale it to 2,000 users very easily. So in this 6-week challenge, again, it's going to make everything a lot easier. You're also going to get one accountability coach, right? Who is going to provide all the tasks and keep you accountable every week to make sure you guys are doing this, following everything very easily, and doing everything right. You're making the right decisions, doing everything properly. So in the first week, which is a foundation week, and there isn't much, tasks that you have to do here, apart from just, watching some of the content here, which will be delivered to you. That means it's first week is all about, your foundation, which is sales psychology, 10 commandments of persuasion, offer creation, creating irresistible offers, and then value ladders. So this is what you have to cover in your first week. And second one is more practical, where you will be creating your first 10 offers that you can then, start testing in your marketing campaigns. It would be where you will be creating your 2 to 3 value ladders. You will be sharing all of this with your accountability coach, right? To see if you have done this properly. Then you will be also, designing your app success funnel, where you drive all the traffic to your masterclass, and then you offer them a free trial, all of that sort of stuff, right? And in week 2, you will also, figure out, what are the success metrics on launch that you have to always, keep checking to make sure your ad campaigns are delivering the results that you need, to grow and scale your app. So this will be covered in week 2 in 6-week app success challenge. And in week 3 is all about, webinars. So that means we are going to talk about the webinar blueprint, how to structure your content, how to write the script, what are the core beliefs, that you have to talk about in your masterclass, how to write your content, how to write all the scripts. So again, this is all practical as well, right? So in week 3, you will be doing that. You will be able to write your scripts, your all slides of the webinar or masterclass, and you will also be, be able to share this with your accountability coach. So everything is, working out very easily and smoothly. And once week 3 is finished, then week 4 is all about, practice there and delivery. So week 4 is all about, rehearsals, where you're doing all these webinar rehearsals with your accountability coach, just to make sure you are well prepared, to deliver your masterclass with live audience when you start running your ads. Week 5 then would be, so here in week 4, there would be webinar delivery, like how to present it, then rehearsal 1, rehearsal 2, and rehearsal 3 with your accountability coach. And then in week 5, it's all about delivery and challenge. So you will be working on your email sequences about the webinar, how to send reminders, how to schedule your webinar, different dates, how to set up your funnel properly, and how to create your course or challenge outline, that you will then offer to your all the traffic or users, so you can increase the lifetime value of your software product. Once you have done that in week 5, then week 6 is all about ad campaigns, right? Because you have everything ready, your funnel is now ready, you have prepared well for your masterclass, you have prepared a course or challenge, and now you just need to, create very good ads, it could be image or video-based creatives. You have to then write a persuasive copy using the copywriting principles. And once you have done that, by the end of week 6, you guys would be able to launch your ad campaign and then start seeing, all the results. And based on my, observation or experience so far, it would take like 3 to 7 pounds in the worst to best case to get one participant on your masterclass. And then you are going to offer them a free trial. So that means 3 to 7 pounds for one potential user. And then you have to do all the effort, using this system to increase the lifetime value, so they can use your app for like 4 months, 6 months, 7 months. So this is the metrics for UK. If you go for global, then of course, the cost would be much less as well, because there are some countries where running ads, is a bit cheaper as compared to UK or US. So this is the 6-week ad challenge. Hopefully this is going to make your life very easier. And again, you don't have to commit very much. Even if you have a full-time job somewhere, you are running some other business, you can do this in weekends only as well. So you have to spend like 5 to 10 hours each week, or like 30 to 40 minutes each day, right? And that is more than enough to complete this challenge and set up your, funnel, that could work. Again, we'll cover everything here. So you're doing everything there in this 6-week challenge: offers, value ladders, ads, webinars, all the content. You're getting a accountability coach as well, and you're also getting these rehearsal sessions just to prepare, for everything. So again, so now you guys also have 2 choices here. Either to take, first option is to take no action today and stay exactly where you are right now. But there is a better and second, better option as well, the second option, which is to invest on your future today and start this journey, which is going to help you achieve your financial freedom, hopefully this year, within the next, 4 to 6 months only, in 2026. So now let's talk about a special discount, right? I've shared the reasons, my mission, and why I could give you guys some discount. And now I will be sharing it for first 10 people only, right? So this is only for first 10 people. And then our system will stop this discount offer, for other people once we have reached this limit. So that means with this special discount, which is now available for the first 10 people, in this all you need in one bundle, where you're getting lean AI first development team for 12,000 pounds per month, AI plus software tooling package, which has a value of 850 pounds per month, offer creation and app bundle strategy, which has a value of 1,450 pounds fixed value, one-time payment. That means app growth black box, which has a value of 5,600 pounds per month. Again, a fixed value that is a one-time payment. And also, the 6-week challenge that we discovered, that we just shared with you. So you are getting all of this, which has a value of 19,900 pounds per month, or for the first month only, and then 1,250 pounds from the second month onwards. So you get all of this with a special discount, which is available for only 10 people, for just 400, 450 pounds per month today. And all you guys have to do is to just quickly open ai.quartzbyte.com/VIP, this link on your browser or mobile, and you can, if you are one of those first 10 people, you will be able to claim your spot and get this discount. And just make sure you are, you can share this link with everyone here so everyone can access it. And if any one of you guys are facing any payment issues, then you can also reach out to our email, which is contact@quartzbyte.com. And admin, you can also share that email in the chat here as well, so everyone can also have access to that. And that's it. This is a special discount. And now so this is the end, right? So we have a very short, like 15 minutes of QA session that we are now going to start. And if you guys have any questions, you can also, ask here in the chat box here. And admin has already shared, the link to the special discount offer and email where you can reach out, for the future. So there are a few questions that most of the people ask, which I'm going to, answer here. And again, if you have any more questions, you can always, you're more than welcome to ask me in the chat box here. So one of the most common questions that people ask here is that, do I need to have an app idea now? Of course, you don't need to have an app idea now, because we have just, shared 2 ways that can get you ahead 95% of the people and help you find profitable app ideas. So of course, you can still claim the offer if you want, which is for 450 pounds per month today. And you can have more time, right? You can spend like next 3 days or 7 days just, on finding the profitable idea using the steps that we have shared. And then you can complete your onboarding process in the portal that that will be shared to you. So you can log in there and manage everything from there in the client portal. Another question that most of the people have here is how long it takes to launch a good product. So for a good product, that can stand out from your competitors, right? Whatever features they have already, that they are offering. If you have a lean AI plus development team, you have AI plus software tooling package, right? These two are combined, and the development team is also, they are all A players. They are very good in what they do. Then you can build something just like that, in just 4 to 8 weeks. But if there's a bad hire or you don't give them these AI coding agents, then it's just going to take a lot of time, right? It could take like 3 months, 4 months, even a 1 year. And that is very bad. Investment wise, this is very bad because all these funds that could be spent on your marketing now being spent on, on just, on building that and launching it, right? I've been there as well, even as a developer, we used to work on enterprise projects, before AI, where we worked like for 6 months or 1 year just to, polish and add all the features, that a specific enterprise, was requesting there. So it was a very long process, but now you have an opportunity, right, to use AI. So you should do that. Could I apply this on a health product? Of course. I mean, if it's a software, in the health niche, you can do that always, Xavier. That could work. Again, just make sure that you've figured out what other people in your niche, in the health product niche, how they are, creating different software, how they are, acquiring customers, which you can do that again, from the Play Store. So go to Play Store and find out different, keywords for your health product niche, and you will find some of the apps there again as well. And just follow the criteria. If it has more than 10,000 plus downloads, it has in-app subscriptions, right? Then you can check those apps first, find out their core features, read all the reviews that we have discussed, positive and negative. It won't take much time, right? It looks like it will take a lot of time, but it might be, it could take like maybe a few hours, if you focus a lot, right? So few, like 3 to 4 hours or a few days as well. It depends again, right? But by that time, you have something, which is always going to work, right? Because it's working for someone else. Now you just need to make it 1% better, have a better marketing strategy than them, and you can easily, scale it and grow it. So yeah, that's it. And let's see if we have more questions here. Another common question that most people ask is, do I have full ownership of code and infrastructure, right? Of course, I mean, you need to have full ownership there, right? So we make sure if we, in AI plus software tooling package, right? If we are creating your, for example, Apple and developer accounts, right? They must be in your name, and you also have access to all the credentials, as an owner. Because eventually, you are going to have to connect your bank account there, so that you can receive all the payments in your bank account, from the monthly subscriptions. So it's very important for you to have ownership of all the accounts there. The most important are Apple and Google developer accounts. Then all the other infrastructure accounts, you can also have access to them as well. So you can track everything there. Post-hook is very important, so that way you can see how your users are actually using the app. And again, it will give you more insights, how to improve it. So there are a few tools which are very must-have, for you to have full access there. But we try to give 100% full access to all the things that we set up, domain, email, everything. So that's very important, I think. Here, what kind of software as can I launch? So again, we have given the general criteria again, right? How to find something profitable. Now it's up to you. I would say, if you are an expert somewhere, you're a consultant, right? Look into your expertise, right? And or your passion, your interest. You might be into swimming, you might be into running, you might be into health product niche, you might be into fitness, right? Find as based on those criteria, because if you have some interest, in the product, right? It will be an experience as well. So it is much better, right? It will help you make it 1%, 2%, 5% better, much easier. And you will be more motivated, right? You will be motivated in the longer term, to scale it. So that's very important that you love, what you are trying to build. And eventually this will also help you to really, transform the life of your target users or customers. And that's very important, to build something that is actually changing the life, by creating great offers, by offering a bold promise. So that's really important. And again, if you have some expertise in any industry or any specific passion, sports or whatever, go for that. Find profitable ideas on that. And it could be B2B, like business to business. You can build something for lawyers, law firms, for wealth management firms, or it could be for customers as well, B2C, where for general audience you are building something. So these are the two industries. You can target any, and these strategies would work on any of them. Another question here that is very common is, what do I get in offer creation and app bundle strategy? So again, we have now converted this, these masterclasses into a 6-week challenge, right? And that will allow you, to create at least 5 to 10 offers. You need those, this number of offers so you can do a lot of A/B testing, where you're seeing which offer works best, right? Which offers give you the most users by spending the least amount of money. So at least try, so that will help you there. So you have at least 5 or 10 ready, and then you can just, one by one test all of them to make sure, you're not wasting a lot of money, in marketing. And with air bundle strategy, again, it's just going to help you stand out from your competitors. So not only you are, providing more value as compared to anyone else, who's there, who's earning a lot of money. So you're providing a lot of value to your target audience. But again, there's another benefit there as well. So you can also sell something for much higher prices there. So with your app, if you can, follow this app bundle strategy, you might be selling a £50 of ad subscription. But with that, you might be selling something else as well in your masterclass, which could be worth around like, £100 to £900 or more as well. You could be selling something for £3,000 or £5,000. It's up to you. If you can provide that much value, then you can go for higher prices as well. But that could complement your app as well. So it's a win-win situation, right? If you can do that properly. Execution is really important because in this age of AI, right? You can have ideas. So ideas is not something which is going to, help you stand out. Even product is not something which is going to help you stand out. What really matters now is execution, how well you execute your idea, how well you present it to your target audience, how well you, transform their life. So that's what that matters, I think, in today's age with AI and everything. If someone can do that, they will be successful, in today's time and age as well, with AI age and everything. Can I include agentic AI features? So I think that's a very great way. Again, a very common question that most of the people ask. So you can have some agentic AI features as well. If you can, it's not a must, right? That you always should include something. But if you're building some kind of product where you can do that, and it can save some time, maybe, for people, then it's a great thing. For example, let me give you guys one example here as well. For example, you are building a software for a law firm, right? Then you can use some agentic AI features. So for lawyers, it can like do 80% of the work. It can present, it can create all the case documents for a new client, right? So 80% of the done is done. 80% of the work is done by these AI agents, and then 20% of the work is being done by actual lawyers, right? So it's saving a lot of time for these law firms, saving them a lot of money, and helping them on a lot of profit. So if your app can support, these kind of features, agentic AI features, go for that. If not, then that's perfectly fine. Just look at the value, how you're transforming the life of your potential customer, and if it can be added there, then go for it, I would say. Another common question here that, again, most people ask is, how will I receive monthly payments from app users? So if you are creating an Android app, right, and also an iPhone app, then there, in your Google developer account, you have to connect your bank account there. So you have to add your account number, bank name, etc. And all of the payments, for example, for Android users would go from your Google developer account to your bank account every month. Same will happen for your iPhone app as well. There you will connect your bank account, and each month automatically, all the payments would be sent directly to your bank account, because you are going to be using their payment gateway, right? They don't allow third-party payment gateway like Stripe for mobile apps, because they want to earn some profits, right? So they have these kind of policies there. But with that, if you also are creating a website, a cloud-based app, along with your mobile Android and iPhone app, then on your web-based platform you can include Stripe there. So that means you will also need to create a Stripe account, right, and connect your bank account there, so you can then get payments to your bank account directly from your Stripe account for websites. Okay, so we have almost 4 minutes remaining. If you guys have any more questions, feel free to ask here. Any issues, on the checkout page on the ai.quartzbyte.com/VIP page to claim your special discount, which is, again, I'm not sure if it's available, but do check out. If you can find that price, which is only for first 10 people, then go for it. If you can afford that as well, if you're serious about, building and launching, your software product in 2026. But I also have, I think, some more questions here that most of the people ask. Let me see in my notes here, so I can also, quickly answer before the time ends. As much as I can, I can answer some of these, questions. So another common question here that most people ask us is there a long-term contract commitment, or can I cancel this subscription, anytime? Well, you can. I would recommend at least go for 4 to 8 weeks. For 90% of people, that will be more than enough. Then you can cancel it, right? So for some people, like 50% of the people, you might be able to, sorry guys. So you might be able to launch your software product in just 4 weeks, right? It has less number of features. So after that, if you feel okay, your app is launched, it's on the Play Store and Google Play Store as well, and Apple App Store. You can cancel the subscription, and then you can just focus on your marketing side, right? On getting your first 2,000 users. Once you have done that, you want to add more features, it's profitable. You can always, uh, resubscribe again, for this subscription and add more features whenever you want. So there is no long-term contract commitment, so cancel option is always there. Again, it depends upon your scope. So 50% might be able to done it in 4 weeks. Next 30 to 40% people might be able to do it, in 8 weeks, and that covers 90% of the people who are trying to build their own software products. Let's see. So if there are any more questions here. Are production developer accounts for Apple and Google set up as part of the bundle? Yes, they are part of the AI plus software tooling package. So that means you don't have to pay for the £90, payment for Apple developer account and 25 to £30 payment for Google developer account. What kind? How long? Let's see. How long does the onboarding process take before actual development begins? So as soon as you claimed your discount, you have made the payment, you will be given credentials to your client portal through email. You can log in, and I think it depends on how soon you can fill out the onboarding questionnaire. Once you have done that, it won't take much time. Then we can start your onboarding process. First, there's a review process where our team is going to review, and this is normally done in just 3 to 5 days. So if you have been selected there, then you can get started on the 6-week challenge. You get access to everything here along with the development team as well. Another question here is, can I request changes to the project scope once the 4 to 6 week timeline has started? I mean, you can request some changes. I would say don't ask for any major changes again, right? But again, once you have covered your first, in the 6-week challenge, once you have covered your foundation week, right, then you already have a great offer. You have created 5 to 10 offers maybe. So you will already know, like what are the core features that are needed, what should be in the scope that needs to be, developed. So hopefully that will be clear for most of the guys there. Let's see if we have only 36 seconds. Let me see if I can find one more, question and answer it before we actually end. Can the architecture scale beyond 10,000 users without needing a complete rewrite? Of course, I mean, with Supabase, right, it's a serverless architecture, so scaling is very easier now as compared to the past where you were doing like vertical scaling or horizontal scaling by yourself. So, these DevOps guys would cost a lot of money. But now I think it's very easier with these tools and technologies, and scale. You can easily scale and go beyond, 10,000, maybe, 50,000, 40,000. It depends on how much success you get with your software product. So I think that's it, guys. Thank you so much, for joining today. Hopefully this was very valuable for you guys, and you guys, again, were able to understand everything that we have discussed here, all the concepts. But if still, if you guys have any questions, the email has been shared to you guys in the chat, so feel free to send any of your queries there, and my team will try to, answer as much as we can, and help you here, if you want to start this journey. So that's it. Thank you so much, guys, for today, and have a great, weekend ahead of you guys. Okay, let me end the call here. Admin, can you do that here? Let me stop the recording here.